Order of operations. We've done this before. Parentheses, multiply and divide, add and subtract. Parentheses, then multiply and divide, then add and subtract. This time, we're adding in brackets. Brackets are just fancy parentheses. They're treated the same as parentheses, except sometimes you'll have a long problem and it has more than one set of parentheses in it. So you'll use brackets instead. That's all they are, is just parentheses. So let's look at a couple examples. Okay, this one first. You'll have some questions that will ask you, here's the problem. 2 times 5 plus 2 divided by 7 equals 2. Where can you put the parentheses or brackets to make it equal 2? So what you have to do is just go through and work them all out. Well, look, we have brackets. So we're going to do that first. But inside the brackets, we have parentheses. So we're going to do that parenthesis first. 2 times 5 is 10. Now remember when we did this before, you copy everything you haven't done. So we're going to copy my bracket plus 2 bracket divided by 7. Ooh, wild 7. Now I've got parentheses or brackets. They're the same thing. 10 plus 2 is 12. So I'm going to have 12 divided by 7. Ooh, that's going to give me a nasty number. It's not going to give me 3. It's going to give me a decimal or a fraction number. So I know that it's not A. Let's get rid of A. A is not an option. Now let's go to B. I've got a bracket here. I'm going to do that first, but inside the bracket there's a parenthesis. So I'm going to do the parentheses first. 5 plus 2 is 7. Divided by 7. Keep my brackets there, because all I've done so far is that one little parenthesis. You can keep my 2. Now it's 7 divided by 7. That's my next step, because that's a bracket or a parenthesis, the same thing. 7 divided by 7 is 1. And that 2 is just squished up there. Remember I told you to make it simpler and easier to read. Sometimes if a number's just squished up against the parentheses or the variable, it means multiply. So I know this means 2 times 1. 2 times 1 is 2. So we found our answer. We know it's this one. But real quickly, let's kind of look at the others. This one we're going to do parentheses first. 2 divided by 7, ooh, that's a fraction. So you know the answer is not going to be 2. So not C. Let's look at the last one, D. I've only got my parentheses here. 2 plus 5 is 7. Now I have 2 times 7 divided by 7. And remember, multiply and divide are equal, so I do the first one first. 2 times 7 is 14. Divided by 7. Ooh, 7 divided by 14 is 2. So this answer choice had this question had 2 possible answers that it could be. So just work each one out and see what works. Now one more example. If I can get to it. I forget, I have to pick select. Okay. Now, this one says 2 plus 16 minus 3 times 5 equals 3. Is that true? Well, let's work it out and see. 2 plus 16 minus 3 times 5. I'm going to have to do my multiply and divide first. That's going to be 15. Now, copy everything else. Two plus 16 is 18. Minus 15. And the answer will be 3. So yes, that is correct. It doesn't need any parentheses or anything to make it correct. But it might ask, where could I put parentheses and make it correct? Well, what did you do first? You did your multiply first. So if you put parentheses right here, would the question still be correct? Absolutely, because you're doing the parentheses first.